Okay, I see SHIB forming something like this in here right now. That's been established for a period of 2 hours, 30 minutes. This is a pretty decent resistance right now because it could possibly be a channel of some sort. I'm not exactly sure how, but it seems to be somewhat holding for now. It could just really spike to the upside like any second now. So I'm gonna wait to enter a position here. This is gonna be it's pretty bullish in my opinion. My RSI or my MACD is now set on 8 and 21. This seems to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? This is a 1 in there somewhere, 2. There's a 3 in there that's very shallow. 4 and 5 in my opinion. So there we go. It's starting to come to the downside pretty heavily now. Let's see if this is gonna hold. At first I thought it was some sort of like wedge that was making, but I don't know about that anymore. If you go to the downside right here, like I thought that this was the original wedge, right? Something like that. Oh, actually this could still be it right here. This wedge here that ends up completing the 5 waves. 1 somewhere in there, 2 somewhere in there, 3 in there, 4 there, and the 5 that ends up entirely completing. This one is a truncated one, okay? I truncated one of the original wave right there. So if this ends up holding right here, we should get a very decent drop to the downside. Huge drop is coming. See that? Very nice drop now actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there must be a drop. The 1 minute chart is starting to come to the downside here. Looking very beautiful. 30-second chart is crashing down now. It's going to probably cascade to the 1 minute chart soon. I'm just going to wait very patiently here for the MACD to get to the neutral level in the 1 minute chart, and that will confirm a downtrend. 2 minute chart starting to tick down. So my MACD is now much faster, which allows me to react faster as well. So I'm really starting to dig the way that this MACD is being set up so far. Alright, looks really nice. I've now entered a 50k position only, not that big. It's starting to really capitulate here in my opinion. I'm up a very decent amount so far. Nothing really too gigantic my position, but you know, enough for me to make a good profit. I made a good profit on my last trade, so I'm not really too eager to make a gigantic profit. So I'm going to slim down my position size because I've had some bad experiences recently of how these could spike to the upside and just go very parabolic. So I'm not really going to take any risk, and I'm going to be very conservative because I want to protect my profits now. Not that I didn't want to before, but now it seems like a better time during this insanely very volatile market that's unpredictable. Starting to get a bearish doji at the top there. I like that a lot. I'm up just a tiny bit, nothing really substantially worth mentioning right now. Might consider playing more, but I gotta have more bearish signs. Let's see the 5 minute. 5 minutes coming down. 3 minutes kind of coming down. 2 minute coming down. 1 minute started to tick down now. I'm gonna enter a little bit more. Well, that was really nice. I actually got the exact same entry price. It didn't tick at all because there was enough liquidity. So I doubled on my position right here very nicely. I'm going to make sure that I change this over to SHIB. I'm going to put my position in here or my number in here. I got 1.5 million SHIB right now. I'm going to go to my limit. I'm going to put there, and I'm going to try to go for a very quick close here. This is on a 1 minute chart. So let's go for a quick close. I want it to break right here, okay? This is a very important break for me. See, but that could spike to the upside. See that? That could spike to the upside, so I'm being incredibly cautious about this. If this right here breaks to the downside, we will have confirmed a downtrend that will most likely hit this lower channel here, where waves 2 and 4 end up forming. So let's just double check here and just wait. 1 minute chart still ticking down. This did not get a lower low. If it got a lower low, that could indicate a continuous that could indicate momentum going to the upside. So if you get a lower low here, it's called hidden bullish divergence. Hidden bullish divergence when this gets a lower low right here, but the price gets a higher low, it could indicate that there's still momentum to the upside going. 2 minute chart wants to crash down now, but it's starting to create one of these shapes called a concave shape, where it could really curve to the upside. So the 2 minute needs to cascade over right now. I see it dipping to the downside, getting lower and lower. There's a lower one. Let's see if it's going to get any lower than that. The volume is starting to steadily decline right now. There could be a lot of pressure bumping to the upside. That could be very scary if this ends up making an extended fifth wave type of formation. I ended up getting a hangman, a spinning top there, and another spinning top followed by a doji. So this is looking very bearish. On the 5-minute chart, we got a doji at the top of the uptrend, so that's very bearish. We got a shooting star type candle, which is the opposite of a dragonfly doji, but on the top end. On the 7-minute chart here, we got a huge wick that ended up rejecting right here. Ended up rejecting about 2%. This guy's looking a little bit scary right now. Okay, so we have to give this a little bit of time here. See how this formation plays out. I could take a loss here anytime soon. Okay, the 1 minute, let's see what it's doing. Still trying to tick to the downside. Right, I'm pretty much breaking even. I need to break to the downside right here. This line right here needs to break badly. If it doesn't break, it's going to spike to the upside. And is it spiking? Is it spiking? I'm ready to take my loss right here. Is it spiking? I'm ready to take my loss if it just boom spikes to the upside there. I know exactly where my tolerance is limit setting. There, see, it's going up. It's going. There's a wick. Am I going to wipe out my profits from the last trade? Or am I going to win this one here, where this is a rising bearish wedge, which naturally breaks to the downside more often than it breaks to the upside? So we're just waiting now, right? Waiting. This is the moment of truth here. This is the moment of truth that's going to decide whether we break up or down. So hang tight here. What you want to do, what I do in these particular cases is I just wait and I watch very, very intensely over the course of 43 minutes. This little wedge here has been forming so far, sort of, right? So we want to make sure we really, really attentively watch to see what happens. This is doing the exact same thing on this particular side over here. 7-1, 7-0, perfect, 7-0, 6-9, 6-9, price drops down here. 1 minute chart, still very bearish. 2-minute chart, yes, it's getting kind of close, but it's actually going up now, the MACD shit. So this could easily just boom, go to the upside. I gotta be really careful. My profit, my loss will be around 678, 679. Okay, I gotta really be careful here. It's starting to really much so converge, but it needs, there we go, it spikes up, fuck. Is it going upwards? Ooh, I'm gonna take a loss. Took a loss. No worries, guys. You can't win them all, right? So I'm gonna show you guys my loss that I took here. I think that this ended up parabolically going to the upside. Fuck it. All right, so it looks like they're starting to get some rejection here. This actually does hold. That spiked up, so it gave me a panic, which made me take my loss there, which I'm very, very happy to have taken a loss because that's the right thing to do in these particular situations. Rather than trying to see which way it's going to go, I just take my loss right away. I take literally no chances because of how likely it is to spike to the upside, right, guys? And that, I recommend that a lot of people take that advice as well, where just, get some good habits in there. Don't let it spike to the upside, and just be sure you take your loss in a very, very timely manner, and don't even hesitate for a moment there. So I want to observe this because it doesn't look like it's really dropping to the downside that much right now. It's a very interesting coin right now where it's uncertain which way this possibly goes. The wave count is very indecisive as well. I'm very unsure of a lot of things here. This could be 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the fifth one. But the fifth wave on the upside there is very, very uncertain. Like it could be very bullish, it could be very bearish. Like it's one or the other very, very soon. I'm just gonna take a look at the 30-second chart here. Okay, there we go. It starts to drop to the downside a little bit. See, this histogram is starting to tick down here. Fucking finally. So it seemed like it was just a bull trap going to the upside there. One more wave of some sort. I could not even begin to tell you what this is. It looks like it could very well be an extended fifth wave though. It's just too bullish. That comes down finally. But the 1 minute chart does not want to come down, I don't think. I think this wants to really, really go to the 1 minute chart is not even close to bullish. So I highly advise people to be extra careful about this. 5 minute chart volume is really fucking picking up like crazy right now. See that? It's really starting to pick up to the upside there. The 1 minute chart is decreasing in volume. 2 minute chart is decreasing. 3 minute chart is showing a bullish doji. Or sorry, bearish doji. Starting to really want to push down though, but it's like not. There we go. Diverging RSI for the first time we've seen. Double top to RSI here. See that? Double top to RSI. Anything else that we see? Okay, it's starting to really cross down now in the 1 minute chart. Crossover 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th crossover. So there's a very high probability of this dropping to the downside now. It's very, 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 very likely to just perhaps cross over. Something like that. Super duper tanked right now. Really, really dropping to the downside. Look how fast that's going. Really, really crazy right now. Still dropping to the downside. I'm up a little bit. It's a pretty significant amount. Let's see if I can capitalize on this profit right here. Right now. Take my profit. Boom. $4,700. I just took a $2,000 loss so I could make $4,700. Do you guys understand that logic? Taking a $4,000 loss or $2,000 loss to make $4,700. Okay, so the logic behind this trade here was very sound, okay? I drew something like that, okay? And this is the right thing to do, guys, to review the trade here. You need to review it like very, very well. I drew like that, and it spiked the fuck up, okay? So my original assumption was this, was a leading first wave diagonal of some sort like that, okay? Of a leading first wave diagonal. So I'm not going to take a chance. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the thing is, this last wave here could do something like this. Okay? And by the way, I want to confirm that this is a 1-to-1 for you guys. This is a 1-to-1 extension. But the thing is, this last wave could do something like that. That could be 1, 2, that could be 3, 4, and the 5 gets extended. The 5 gets extended when we see this right here, okay? We see the last wave here, where this is going to be a 5 because it makes one wave. But instead of making one wave, it makes 5 waves within that wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, and huge parabolic. So why would I even sit there and try to take a chance, right, when I see it broken up there? I see it broken up there, so I take my loss immediately. And that's what you have to do. I lose $2,000, so I can literally make $4,700. That was just a really incredible trade there. Good tradesmanship. The 1 minute chart right there started to show very, very bearish signs, okay? Started to show very bearish signs. So, of course, I'm going to re-enter this trade here, which confirms the 5 wave. I take my profit here at a really nice price. I take it here at 649. 649, which is literally right near the bottom there. That was 0.5% of the bottom. And it actually spikes back up 2.5%. So fuck yeah. Boom, shakalaka, boom.